Is there anyone here to speak in the public hearing on ordinance 1658 on the budget? Seeing none, we'll close that one, move to the next. Public hearing on ordinance number 1660, an ordinance to amend the zoning by amending Article 2, definitions of and Section 404, commercial districts, adding to the uses permitted upon review specialty shops. Is there anyone here to speak to the specialty shops in the zoning change? All right, we'll close that public hearing. And then the next one is ordinance number 1661, an ordinance to adopt a new chapter in Title IX, Business, Peddlers, Solicitors, etc., Chapter 9, Specialty Shops of Title IX as set forth in the Tullahoma Municipal Code. Is there anyone here to speak to that one? All right, seeing none, we'll move to the final public hearing item, ordinance number 1662. An ordinance to amend the personnel regulations, Chapter 4, Municipal Personnel of the City of Tullahoma, Tennessee, as set forth in Tullahoma Municipal Code. Is there anyone here to talk about the personnel regulations? All right, with that, we'll close the public hearings and we'll have a call to order the regular meeting and the invocation by Reverend Marty Nutter. Sir?
Thank you, Mayor. Let's bow our heads in prayer. Oh, Lord God, we look to you this night, and we ask that you would open our ears to hear, our hearts to understand, and our hands to serve as we serve you and serve this great community. We ask your blessings upon our meeting and upon each one of us. We ask in Jesus' name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Okay. Excuse me while I silence my phone. So roll call. So we've taken roll. We have all 7 present this evening. Proclamation. So tonight's proclamation is for Emergency Preparedness Month. Let me read about this proclamation and we'll present. Emergency Preparedness Month is September 2025. Whereas September is recognized annually as National Preparedness Month, a nationwide initiative emphasizing the importance of preparing for disasters and emergencies that can occur at any time. And whereas communities can be vulnerable to a range of potential hazards, both natural and man-made, that could disrupt lives, cause damage, threaten well-being, and whereas proactive preparation can significantly mitigate the impact of disasters, enabling individuals, families, and communities to respond effectively and recover more quickly. And whereas the theme of National Preparedness Month 2025 focuses on encouraging individuals and families to take action to be better prepared for emergencies. And whereas we encourage all residents, businesses, and organizations within the City of Tullahoma to participate in preparedness activities, including developing emergency plans, building disaster supply kits, staying informed about potential hazards, and practicing emergency procedures. And whereas emergency preparedness is a shared responsibility, and by working together, we can enhance our collective resilience and readiness in the face of unexpected events. Now, therefore, I, Lynn Seaborn, Mayor, do hereby proclaim the month of September 2025 as Emergency Preparedness Month in the City of Tullahoma, and encourage all citizens, government agencies, businesses, schools, faith-based organizations, and community groups to take this opportunity to make a plan, develop a family communication plan to determine how to reconnect if separated during a disaster, build a kit, assemble a disaster supply kit with enough supplies and essentials to last for at least 72 hours, stay informed, know the risk, and sign up for any local alerts and warnings, and get involved by volunteering with local emergency preparedness groups and consider taking preparedness training. We're going to present, who we present this to? Was it Lyle? Were we all the chiefs here? Fire chief? But yeah, but I mean, we've got police representation. Somebody hold the other side of that. Permission to operate your camera? I did. Yeah. Crash course.
I would like to say thank you to the board and also Administrator Quick for supporting the idea of doing an emergency preparedness month. Just so you know, there is going to be some activities that go along with that. I came up with this plan through police, fire, and our county EMA working together and trying to put together just a little bit more of an idea of resiliency and planning in our community. You know, we have been blessed to be spared from several disasters, but you know, that could change in an instant, as we saw with the Waverly floods and over in East Tennessee with Hurricane Helene. So there's always that potential. And so in concert with an effort through TEMA, we are going to observe Emergency Preparedness Month. Each day on our social media, there will be a emergency preparedness tip that will be put out every morning all the way through the month. So there'll be 30 of them by the end of the month. And this will culminate in an event that we were selected for. We were one of 20 counties that will be selected for a program called Tune It Tuesday, which means if you have a weather radio and you don't know how to use it, you can bring it to Lowe's on Tuesday, September 23rd, hence Tune It Tuesday. And we'll have some folks there that will teach you how to use it, how to tune it, and how to get it correctly set for our area in the event of a disaster. We'll be doing that with police, fire, and our county EMA along with Lowe's. If you already have one, bring it. If you don't have one, Lowe's will have them for sale, and we can teach you how to use it. And the last thing I'll tell you about for this, and this will be one of the tips, is just recently learned that Coffee County EMA has a push-to-text emergency alert system for our county. And I did not know of it. We were looking into possibly purchasing one for Tullahoma, but this one's already available. If you'd like to get a preview of it, you can go onto the Coffee County EMA website. It is called HyperReach. There's a banner right at the top where you can sign up to have your information put in there, and you will get push-to-text notifications in the event of a major emergency in our area. I think it's something that will be well worth doing just to keep everybody safe and informed. So thank you for supporting this, and we'll have a good month of September. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next item on the agenda is comments from citizens. We have a TUA appointment coming up this evening, and we're going to hold comments for the TUA applicants until the item on the agenda. So we'll move on to anybody else that has comments. I think I have a couple who signed up. Janice McCollum, is that you? Yeah, go ahead. Give us your name and address, and you have about 3 minutes.
I've been a resident of Tullahoma for about 28 years, and I live down on South Franklin Street, and South Franklin Street is horrible. I mean, just awful. We have a farm. We come down through that street, and our dually, I mean, we don't really have even room enough on one half of the road. And I understand that it's on the list to get redone, but I'm concerned about the substrate of the road as well. I'm hoping that some of that will be straightened out, because just putting a new layer of blacktop on there is not going to help much. It'll end up breaking up again. So that's kind of what I'm here about.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And we are aware of that concern with several roads, and Butch back there they're on top of that. So if you want to chat with him about it sometime, he'd be glad to help you with that concern. Jackie Duncan. Jackie, do you live in Tullahoma?
All my life.
Yeah.
I've been a resident of Tullahoma all my life. Born in Camp Forest, base hospital, had a Marine lieutenant for a doctor. And I'm honored to say I have been a resident of Tullahoma all my life, except for leaving to go to school and 1 year stay in California, which I immediately came back. And I was tickled to get back home again. Been here ever since. But my name is Jackie Duncan. Live at 507 South Washington Street. Have been for the last 40-some years, I think, or so. Served on this council, city council, for 2 terms, while serving at the same time as a county commissioner for District 13. I am currently a commissioner with the county still for District 7. Districts have changed. But I have one little thing I wanted to say. I've been wanting to say it for some time. Just to thank you for the city for the Juneteenth celebration. I don't know that anyone has come and officially said thank you, but it was an honor to be a part of it, of the celebration, to be asked to be a part of it by the ones that were in charge of it. And the food was fantastic. Everything was great. It was just an honor to be a part of it. And I just wanted to thank the city on behalf of community itself for being for putting it on, and it was a grand occasion. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Duncan. Okay. Any other citizens' comments? Anybody didn't get a chance to sign up? All right. So we'll move on to approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda? We have a second. One of the things I would like to do is consider, let me find the item. Item number 6, ordinance 1662 on the municipal code for personnel. I think I mentioned in a message and discussed this with administrator. There's actually quite a few changes in that, and that's all of our personnel policy, and we haven't really had a chance to go through those and know what they are. So I'd like to recommend we review that in a study session so we understand, and I think there may be an item or two that might need to be added to it as well. So I'd entertain a motion to remove it from the agenda.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We need to, yeah, I think we have to vote on this, right? And we'll try to get it on the very next opportunity we can on a study session, and so we can at least go through it once and understand the reasons for all the changes. I know some of it's minor, but some of it looks significant. Okay, so we have motion here. Any other comments on that? If not, let's vote on the amendment. So that passed 7-0. So now we'll come back to the main amendment, approval of the agenda. Is there any other comments, changes to the
Yes,
agenda?
I have a couple that I'd like to do.
Okay,
The first, it's two very similar items, so I don't know if it needs to be one motion or two. It's a request to add approval for the waiving of permit fees for signs. Does that need to be two motions or one? I'm adding to the agenda.
so we've already got one on the agenda.
Yes, I've got two more to add.
Oh, you got two more to
Yes.
add. Then yeah, you can just.
The first is for South Jackson Performing Arts Center, their signs for the Oktoberfest celebration. And the second is for the Arts Council for their arts crawl. And it's just the waiving the fees for the sign permits.
Do we have a second for that?
I'll second it.
All right,
I've got handouts if y'all needed
that's
those.
fine. Just don't let me forget to do them when we get to the agenda. So we'll make that item, I guess, 12 and 13. Did you capture that?
We need a second.
Yeah, Mr. Thomas. All right, yeah, all in favor? Aye. I'm sorry, I forgot I got used to last time raising our hand. Voting machine works, all right.
And then the other, if possible, could we move item 7 to the top of new business so that the applicants for the TUA appointment aren't having to sit through the whole meeting?
I have no objection to that. Does anybody else have an objection? I'll just do it. All right.
We're just gonna remove number 7.
Yeah, to number 4. Do we need to vote on that? I don't think so, so. All right, so, so that brings us back to approval of the agenda. Unless there's anything else, let's vote on approval of the agenda. Seven yes. All right. Reports from Alderman. Start with Mr. Byrd this time.
All right. I was able to attend the Live Smart Suites opening, and that was an incredible event for those who were able to make that. It's great to see a business like that coming into town. Second, the Economic Development Corporation, they held a special call meeting to narrow down the applications for their new director, and they have scheduled those interviews now. The Arts Council met, and they are planning the Art in the Park event, which will be on September 13th at Fraser McEwen Park from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. This is to unveil a new mural at Fraser McEwen. The mural is of the notorious rock eater of Rutledge Falls, a character created by a local children's book author Rick Vella, And the artist was, the mural was created by the artist for the book, Sarah Andrews. And then there was also a discussion, it was an update for the Whiskey Mural Grant. The location has changed and will now be on the side of Minuteman Press. There's a lot of work going into that, but there was also an update that it was something that we had talked about when we approved that grant. The Whiskey Trail does not want the mural to depict any direct whiskey. So no bottles, no glasses of whiskey, no stills are gonna be on the side of a building. So that was a good thing to hear. That's all I've got.
Okay, thank you. Alderman Wilson.
No report, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. Alderman McGee.
Just a few things to report. I did attend the Planning Commission meeting. I also attended the Board of Education meeting. I also supported the middle school football team on last week. I supported Tullahoma High School football team this past Saturday. I would also like to congratulate the Tullahoma police officers who received promotions a couple of weeks ago. I also want to share my condolences to Officer Voss's family during his death. And on yesterday, I attended the Coffee County Collaborative Coalition, which is part of the Coffee County Drug Recovery Program. They had a back-to-school bash at Splash Island, so I would like to thank Mr. Kraft for working with that group to help give the kids something to do yesterday with this back-to-school bash. And that's all I have to report. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Mathis.
I think it's in order to congratulate our football team. They defeated Shipleyville very handily. But the main thing is that this Friday night, we travel to Coffee County for the
That's
coffee
right.
pot, the 100th coffee pot. So we need to make sure we all get out and support them. They're doing a great job. They have a good team, so something to witness. That's all I have.
Alderman Glick.
The Tullahoma Wildcat team did a great job on Saturday night, but I also want to congratulate another team, and that's the Parks and Rec, for the beautiful field conditions that night. They did a great job taking care of the field, preparing it for the game. There were some challenging conditions with the rain and everything before, but everything came out good, and that is a mark of good maintenance. So thank you to Parks and Rec.
Alderman Tully.
Couple of items. I want to congratulate the first annual, it was George Dickel, but it was actually for the Tullahoma Police and Fire Department for raising money for the Christmas toys for the kids. I think it was a great event. It was well attended. The only thing I can say is that Kenny Pearson needs to practice up on his driving. He let Chase beat him. It could be a real challenge, I hope, for the next year. The other thing is I want to recognize our Chamber of Commerce, who received the #1 Chamber Award for the state of Tennessee. Sometimes you might question the importance of a chamber, and to me it's the first thing that a lot of people see. And apparently to be recognized by your peers shows how the quality of the one that we have here in Tullahoma, and I commend them for what they did to earn that award.
Thank you. Mayor's report. I wanted to make a comment about the chamber as well, so I wanted to congratulate the chamber. Like I say, it's a state. Well, we had 2 statewide winners in Coffee County. Our chamber won Chamber of the Year. The Manchester Chamber won Event of the Year with their Lemonade Day event. If you've not been over to Manchester to see a Lemonade Day event, they've been doing it several years now. But it's a chance, it's an opportunity to teach kids entrepreneurism. And so each school gets together a team and they go out and they plan their marketing strategy and they set up these expansive lemonade stands all over town and compete all day long to see who can raise the most money. And they have money devoted, part of that for a charity. I think another part of it's whatever they want to use it on, pizza party or ice cream or whatever. But that event is getting really large, and so Miss Katie Riddle at the Manchester Chamber accepted that. So both of our ladies at the chambers here in Coffee County did quite well, and you'll see a lot of them pictures of them smiling together, holding those trophies. So that was really nice. Maybe we can do something a little more formal for them later. The other comment I wanted to make is every year we submit our budget, and the Tennessee Comptroller, you know, has to accept that. And so we got a letter acknowledging receipt of the copy of, a certified copy of our budget for 2026, but wanted to point out that we received a commendation in that letter from the Comptroller's office, Jason Mumpower's office. And I'm going to read it. It says, "We commend the governing body and local officials for submitting a well-presented, timely, and organized budget. Complete and detailed submissions allow our office to efficiently review the budget and provide an accurate assessment within a timely manner, which supports financial health and local governments in the state of Tennessee. We greatly appreciate the detailed time and effort that you put into the budget submission and look forward to continuing our work with Tullahoma to make government work better." So obviously, that credit belongs to Sue and her office, and so thank you for that. And that's the end of my report. Mr. Quick.
So I know you wanted me to have a shorter report, and everybody's stolen my thunder. I'm crossing out all these things that I was going to mention that everybody already has. I did not have Kenny Pearson's driving prowess down, so I'm glad you did mention that. I do, along with Alderman McGee, want to extend our condolences to the Voss family. Tragic, sudden loss of the SRO. He will, the family will be having services this coming Wednesday from 3 to 6 in Murfreesboro. Oh, it's tomorrow. I'm sorry, tomorrow from 3 to 6 in Murfreesboro, and then we'll have a memorial service at 6 o'clock after the visitation. So just want to keep that family in our thoughts and prayers. Over the past week, I've had a really great meeting with President Michael Torrance with Motlow State Community College, talking about ways that Tullahoma and Motlow can continue to work well together. We're kind of throwing up ideas and seeing what works, and got a few things on the agenda that we hope will come to fruition over the next couple of years. But just really wanted to re-emphasize to him that Tullahoma is very much looking forward to working closer with Motlow and wanting to explore. So looking forward to some great things coming from that. The Live Smart Suites event was unbelievable. Had a lot of people that attended. I would think there were more people from out of town that were from the city of Tullahoma. So that was great for us to be able to go around and pitch Tullahoma and the thought of having other people come to invest in our city. So that was just an outstanding event. To kind of piggyback on what Alderman Byrd talked about, we had 41 applications for the TAEDC director. The board has narrowed it down to 2 finalists, and those interviews will be held this Friday or this Wednesday afternoon. And then last, JT Northcutt is going to be retiring or resigning back up. His term is going to be over, and we have those coming before us tonight for nominations. But there's a reception that's going to be held tomorrow at 4:30 at TUA for JT Northcutt. And just wanted to remind everybody, if you have a chance to stop by and just tell him thank you for all that he's done for the city of Tullahoma. Thanks.
May I say one more thing, which you brought up? Our city administrator did an excellent job on his comments in regards to the new motel, and I wanted to commend him for doing that. He really represented our community well.
All right. Consent agenda, which the only thing we have is the approval of minutes. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda? We do. Motion and a second. Unless there's any discussion there, let's vote. 7 yes, 1 abstention. So that carries. Unfinished business, number 2. Second item on our agenda, ordinance number 1658, an ordinance of the city of Tullahoma, Tennessee, to amend ordinance 1632, adopting the annual budget and tax rate for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2024, ending June 30th, 2025, for passage on third and final reading. So that's the final passage on our budget from last year. So, do we have a motion? We do. Sorry, I keep reading. Look, a motion from Alderman Thoma, second. I'm sorry, motion from Alderman Byrd, second from Alderman Thoma. If there's no discussion there, let's vote.
Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
this will require an amendment because you're adding in the schools' budgets this time too. So it'd be a matter of requesting an amendment to adopt this as presented, including all detail in the schools.
Okay. So can you want to change your amendment, change your motion there, Alderman Byrd?
Yes, I motion to amend it to include all the schools' budget information.
Okay. That wasn't a change in their budget, it's just an inclusion of the information on their budget, yeah, okay. You ready? So we're ready to vote now, if you would.
This is on the amendment.
Oh, this is on the amendment, okay. All right. So that carries, and that brings us back to the main motion. So unless there's any discussion, let's vote on the main motion of the budget from last year. 7-0. So that closes out last year officially, right? New business, ordinance number 1660. An ordinance to amend the zoning ordinance of the city of Tullahoma by amending Article 2 definitions and, sorry.
I'm sorry. He asked that we do this.
Oh, you're right. Thank you, sorry. So yeah, we'll go to the, item number 7, the Tullahoma Utility Board. Thank you for reminding me, I didn't put a note there, so I should have got myself in trouble. So this item is a request from the city administrator to appoint a qualified applicant to the Tullahoma Utilities Authority Board to fill a 5-year term ending on August 31st, 2030. And so I guess the way we'd like to do this, we'd like to hear from the applicants, I assume, and then we will have to vote on slips of paper like we've done in the past. So get your paper slips ready. Let me see who signed up in what order. We'll just call Bob Lindeman. I think you're first. What's that? No, it's okay. They know.
Thank you, Mayor, everybody. Before I start, athletically, I'm a little bit biased, but my granddaughter plays for the Tullahoma High School volleyball team, and we beat Lawrence County for the first time ever this week, 3 straight sets. So congratulations to them. My name's Robert Lindeman, Bob Lindeman. I live at 1807 Country Club Drive in Tullahoma, and I'm requesting appointment to the TUA board. I believe that board members of the TUA have 3 main responsibilities. The first is to represent and advocate for our customers for all the areas, electric, water, wastewater, and light tube. The second is to provide advice and support to the TUA management to set proper policies, to maintain fiscal responsibility, and to implement new programs to maintain the excellence of our employee relations. And the third is to work closely with the Board of Mayor and Aldermen to ensure that we support all city services and industrial recruitment. I've served on the board in the past and have a track record of strong support to our customers and holding rates to the lowest amount possible while maintaining and improving our reliability and customer service. I also offer unique expertise allowing me to address upcoming challenges to TUA. Specifically, my experience, education, and specialized training in planning and implementing advanced automation systems at AEDC and in support of our clients worldwide will be extremely valuable by helping the TUA staff as we deploy new metering systems and new software solutions. I was recognized as an AEDC fellow in this area and as a fellow of the International Society of Automation for implementing computer-based systems. The current board is lacking in technical expertise that I can provide as a graduate electrical engineer to guide and critique the TUA staff in these areas. My focus as a board member is to represent all of our customers and ensure TUA always serves the needs and addresses their concerns. As such, it's imperative that the TUA board and the Board of Mayor and Aldermen work together and coordinate all actions and decisions to benefit Tullahoma. I'm not a member of any other boards. I don't have any political aspirations. I don't have any business responsibilities that could conflict with TUA matters, and in such, I can remain fully focused on serving our TUA customers. I've demonstrated my performance in previous TUA board appointment, and I'm excited to have the opportunity to serve again in TUA and the city of Tullahoma for the next 5 years. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you. Steve Cope.
Good evening, Honorable Board and Mayor Alderman. My name is Steve Cope. I reside at 110 Courtside Lane here in Tullahoma. I have been a resident of this city since 1976. I began my public service to this community in 1982 with the school board, and I've been on about every board in this city since. serving 21 years where you're sitting, and I commend you for your participation and for doing what you're doing in this community. The reason that I'm here is ask humbly for your appointment to the TUA board. I've been there before. Served on the National APPA Council, Policymaking Council. I saw firsthand how being on that board, participating, helps learn what other communities are doing, either right or wrong. I also serve presently on the National Public Gas Board for Security Subcommittee, and we learn a lot about what utilities are worth in a community, how important they are for economic and community development, and for securing the safety of our residents. There's a lot of things going on in this world at this point. A lot are not really good. There's chances of hacking our systems. There's potential for interfering with our operations in utilities. Can you imagine what would happen if our utilities went out for 2 to 3 weeks? It would be chaos. So my experience, I have 36 years of experience in aerospace management. I also have experience serving on boards, and my mantra has always been, if you want something done, give it to the business person you can find, and I'm busy. I do serve on other boards, and I will always do my best to serve this community, and I ask you for your vote and support. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Ray Nellis.
Honorable Board of Mayor and Aldermen. Most of you are familiar with me, but I'll give you a little bit of background for those who have not known me quite so long. But I've been a resident of Tullahoma now for 59 years plus. Actually served in where you're sitting for 10 years. Background in the aerospace industry. Academically, engineering degree from Vanderbilt. Engineering management degree, master's degree from University of Tennessee. So I'm academically qualified, I believe. While on this board, I did serve 2 years at TUA. During that time, I helped formulate the current strategic plan for TUA. And in that strategic plan, 2 things that are very important to our city, and that is that board committed in their strategic plan to provide power, utilities, at the lowest possible cost to our citizens, but also to the people that work for TUA to do it at the safest possible way. So that's the commitment that I helped form on this board. While serving there, I also served on our policy committee, chairman of the policy committee for the last year. And during those policy committees, I want to continue to serve on that board to ensure that this TUA board lives up to all the commitments from their strategic plan and in their policies. I'm interested to this extent. For the past year, since being off that board, I have attended every TUA board meeting. That demonstrates a commitment that I have to TUA. I'd appreciate your vote to serve. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Darrell Welch.
If I ever come back to life, I'm not going to be a W because I'm tired of being last every time. Hello, my name's Darrell Welch, and I reside at 207 Blue Creek Landing. I'm not going to take much of your time tonight, but I'm here to ask your support for the TUA Board of Directors. I've been a real estate agent with Harton Realty since 1999. I've been a real estate broker since 2002. I've lived here in Tullahoma for 45 years. I've been involved in many community activities including coaching multiple youth sports, secretary of the Tullahoma School Board, president of the Motlow Foundation, and president of the Tullahoma Chamber of Commerce. I believe affordable and quality utilities are an integral part of a successful community. I believe that that my past real estate experience, my direct involvement in the community, and my past contributions in commercial and residential developments such as Blue Creek Estates, Creekstone, Linkside, and Setter's Point will help bring a fresh perspective to the current board. I understand smart growth and accountability, and I hope that I can bring some new insight to the board. I understand this is a tough decision, as many of these applicants, these guys have been mentors of mine for years. But I think I'm ready at this time to accept the challenge. Thanks for your consideration, and thanks for what you do to this community.
Thank you. So gets this time, we'll vote slip of paper, so be sure and put your name. And do we have to have nominations? Okay, that's right, we do. Forgot about that. So, anyone want to make a nomination?
I do. First, I want to commend everybody who applied. This may be the best group of people that have applied for a position that as my tenure has shown. I could take a hat and put all your names into it, and whoever's pulled out, I'd be satisfied with. Unfortunately, we as board members have to make a tough decision because, again, all of you all are qualified. Steve Cope, he could be the Citizen of the Year for the next 10 years and never receive the accolades he's deserved. He has certainly been a part of it. Steve serves on a very important board that affects this community, and that's the Elk River Public Utility. And I think as with any board that he's served on, I'm sure he's doing a great job. The only issue I have with that is the fact that it's my concern he might be compromised. I know that TUA wants everybody to have their central air and heat run by electricity, their water heaters run by electricity, and all their appliances. If you listen to the advertisement, what does PUD want? They want you to have a gas water heater, a gas range, and and run their heating and air off theirs. And I'm just concerned about that. And he serves a great job on it, and I think it's very important that we have somebody like him on that board. What can you say about Ray? Ray has served as the mayor of this community. He's a very strong Rotarian, and he's got a very big responsibility serving on the airport authority. That's a very, very important job to be on. Of course, Bob, I mean, he's been on the TUA board and obviously has the experience and knowledge. Unfortunately, Dwight is not here tonight, but I will compliment him. He serves on as a commissioner for our county, and I have reached out for him from time to time, kind of get the lowdown on what's going on. And all these gentlemen are retired, but still willing to work for this community. Darrell Welch brings a different perspective. He's still actively working in this community. As he stated, he's a real estate agent, but a little bit different than the others is that he's a developer. You know, I'll be honest with you, you can't come into Tullahoma as somebody new and not have to go to Hart Realty on the first go round. And he's been under the wing of Joe Lester, who has done a lot for this community in bringing in development. And I think Darrell has learned from him, and I think that would be a plus for the utility board. Again, I wish I could put you guys all in a hat and draw it out. That would be easy for it. But I'd like to nominate Darrell Welch.
Thank you. Any others? Any other nominations?
I'd like to nominate Steve Cope.
Okay. Any other nominations?
I'd I'd like to nominate Mr. Bob Linderman.
Okay. Any other nominations? It's 3. Any other nominations? With that, we'll close nominations then, I guess. So now, is there any discussion anyone wants to have before we vote? If not, we'll be sure and write your own name and the name of the person you're voting for, so we have recorded vote. Yeah, secret open ballot.
Don't know why I folded mine.
I did say.
Alderman Wilson for Mr. Welch. Matthew Byrd for Mr. Cope. Alderman Toma for Mr.
Can you read it? Darrell Welch.
Welch. Alderman McGee for Mr. Lindeman. Alderman Mathis for Mr. Welch. Alderman Glick for Mr. Welch. And Mayor Sebern for Mr. Welch.
Congratulations, Mr. Welch, and all the other gentlemen. Everything Bush said, we're very fortunate to have this kind of candidate pool to pick from, aside from the difficulty of doing it. So thank you for your service across the community. All right, with that, we'll move on back to the item number 4. Ordinance number 1660. An ordinance to amend the zoning ordinance of the City of Tullahoma, Tennessee by amending Article 2 definitions in Section 404 commercial districts, adding to the uses permitted upon review specialty shop for passage on the first of 2 readings. Mr. Quick, are you going to address this, or Samuel going to address it? Or?
I'm going to take a good shot at it, Samuel. Basically, this is defining specialty shops as they are going to be allowed in C2. There was not a true definition of what a specialty shop, quote-unquote vape shop is. So this just adds the definition of what a specialty shop entails.
Okay. So that's in our packet on, let's see, is that page 82? Just in case you haven't seen that, we did vote on this in the Planning Commission to send it here. Mr. Luthi worked on this definition, and so I'm trying to remember where that's at. Yeah, Exhibit A, it's on page 86, the definition of what a specialty shop is. And so in this case, I'm going to read some of this just for public information. Specialty shops defined as any retail establishment that stocks and sells vape products or similar materials, including but not limited to electronic cigarettes and vaping devices, e-liquids and cartridges, edibles, concentrates, or oil containing cannabis derivatives, including but not limited to CBD, Delta-8, Delta-9, or similar compounds permitted by law, kratom, glassware, pipes, vaporizers, and other smoking or inhalation accessories, any other substances or paraphernalia that may reasonably be associated with vaping or alternative inhalation consumption. So that's the first part of the definition. Second part of the definition of retail establishment shall be considered a specialty shop if 25% or more of its public customer sales floor area is dedicated to the display, promotion, or sale of any combination of the product categories listed above, and the remaining portion of the sales floor may be used for other retail purposes, provided these areas do not primarily promote or sell the product types defined in this section. So that's the definition that's been presented to us, just so you understand. So what we're voting on right now is basically defining what a specialty shop is. This is not the actual regulation yet. So, any discussion on that? All right, if not, then let's vote. First of 2 readings. And that carries 7-0. The second one that goes along with this is ordinance number 1661, an ordinance to adopt a new chapter in Title IX, business peddlers, solicitors, etc., Chapter 9 specialty shops of Title IX of the City of Tullahoma, Tennessee, as set forth in the Tullahoma Municipal Code for passage on first of 2 readings. And that is the actual specialty shops definition in the zoning code, correct?
Correct.
And so. Yeah, this is what goes in our, okay, this is the part that goes in our municipal code. Yeah, I'm
So as
sorry, it's
we-
on page 87.
So as we talked about in our study session, basically, we've taken the same verbiage, language, and approach that we have for liquor stores in the city of Tullahoma, where you have one store per 4,000 residents. We've applied the same terminology, methodology into coming up with this particular ordinance. So we'll have the same restrictions of 300 feet from various buildings such as schools or churches. What this does do also, again, this does grandfather, this, once this goes into effect, it does not impact those that already have a license or location here.
Okay. So you can see that definition through the next few pages there. Any comments on that? Any questions?
Yes, I have an amendment. I'd like to make a motion to amend. It is 9-910, Section 8.
Can you give a page number of that?
Yes, that is 93.
Thank you. In our packet. All right, so go ahead.
The amendment would be to change the age to the age of 21 or under the age of 21, over the age of 18 if under supervision of another employee who is at least 21 years of age. And that would be in accordance with TCA 3717, 1505, sections F1. TCA has guidelines for the age for selling tobacco products to be 21, but there's a 3-year window, 18 to 21, that you can sell if you are supervised by someone.
Okay. Do a second on that, just for discussion's sake?
Yeah.
Okay.
The question again, what you're virtually saying is we're trying to be compatible with the
Tennessee law, yes.
Tennessee.
Okay.
Important. Thank you.
Staff?
Can you give me that TCA code again?
Yes, 37-17-1505, Section F, Section 1 or subsection 1. I don't know how to say that correctly.
Is that the Tennessee law for tobacco sales or beer sales?
That is tobacco sales.
Staff have any comment on that while she's typing? Okay.
I would like to check into that TCA code.
If needed, we can make this for the second reading, if that would be
Yeah,
better.
I'll get it all ready for the second reading.
Okay. All right.
But
So
we can go ahead and vote on it tonight, and she's just saying she'll get the language
Let me
fixed.
ask you this, when you say you're gonna check on it, can you run that by our city attorney?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do we have a motion?
So we have a motion, that we have an amendment to the main motion. So is any other discussion about that one?
Do we want to go ahead and vote on this motion or withdraw the motion until it's reviewed by
I
legal?
think, let's, go ahead, you speak.
I'll
Sorry.
go ahead and vote on it, and then we'll review it.
She's just saying
and
get
if
the
it's-
language.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I need the right, proper language, and then check with her.
Yeah. But we know the intent of what we're trying to do here, so.
Yeah.
Everybody understand the intent? We're trying to make sure that 21-year-olds hopefully is the limit. All right, so let's vote on the amendment. That carries 7-0. Any other issues or discussion on this item? We're on number 5 in our agenda. If not, let's vote on that. That's 7 yes, so that carries. So we delayed item 6, so we're jumped down now to item 8 on our agenda. Item number 25-88, a request from the fire department to approve the purchase of the fire decks turnout gear from Siddons Martin for $24,999.95. They worked really hard to keep that under 25 grand, huh?
Listen, he knows how to break a dollar, I'll tell you. You know, this is one that was in our, the budget proposal that we had. Again, one of the things I want to reiterate is, once our budget is passed, a lot of these large expenditures that you're seeing coming, we're doing that just so we can go ahead and get on the list or whatnot. I don't want you to think that these are going to be coming for the next 12 months. We're just looking to get these ordered once we have a quote in. So that's very important to understand. A lot of these large ticket items are just, we're getting them off our calendar and into your hands.
Any discussion on that? We have a motion and a second. If no discussion, let's vote. That carries 7-0. The next item, number 9 on our agenda, item number 25-89, a request from the Public Works Departments to approve the FY 25-26 fall spring list of city streets for milling, paving, and striping.
This is the list that you have seen previously. It was in Butch's presentation, and then I think in another document that we presented. So these are the ones now that we have the 15 cents to go towards road improvements and pavement. That's what this includes now.
What's milling?
When they grind it down.
You got it.
Yeah. Gotcha, thank you.
Which page in our agenda is that?
212.
212, thank you. I was flipping, just so everyone can see. So there's a list of, how many roads is that? That's a pretty good list. Different section anyway. Everyone can see that list there. And then Public Works has a spreadsheet of all these roads in town, and so when we get this done, then we'll have the next number on the list. I've already had input from several citizens about, why isn't this street on there? I said, trust me, it's on the list somewhere. It's just a question of how soon can we get to them.
I had a question about Old Estill Springs Road.
Yep.
We'll be paving it now, but from what I understand, there's a large development that's going to be built out there.
There is, and I brought that up in the planning commission the other night and asked them if they could please try to come in from the Washington Street side of that development and not come over the top of our pavement. And they said they would work with us on that.
Okay, well, I was just wondering if it would be smarter to delay
Yeah.
for a while.
Butch has a comment, sorry. Go ahead, Butch.
We were gonna cut it off at Chamberlain at the top of the hill because we knew that, TUA had to get a water line that they could not bore down by the bowling alley end, about at the bottom of the hill. So we were gonna stop it at Chamberlain at the top of the hill before it got to that new development. So that may be a change now if they're gonna come from the other side.
Well, I mean, we just asked them and they said they'd
Okay.
be willing to cooperate with us about it, but
Yeah, well, but we knew that there was an issue because we typically, we send this list to streets, to TUA, we send them to URPUD, we get their input and, and that's kind of how we change and move and do streets, so. But yeah, we were gonna stop it at the top of the hill. We
Okay.
weren't gonna come down to where that, road cut was gonna be at the bottom of the hill.
okay.
Okay.
I had the same thought as soon as I saw it. Just don't tear it up before we get it down.
Right, well, it happens too often.
It does, it does. All right, any other comments? If not, we'll vote. Seven yes. So we look forward to seeing that. Next item, on 10th item on our agenda, item number 25-90, a request from the Public Works Department to purchase a 2025 OBD Extreme Leaf Machine from CM1 Equipment Company off Sourcewell contract, and there's a contract number, at the price of $83,134.66, and authorize the surplus of the leaf machine to be replaced, E number 2503. So. again,
Similar to other items.
So we have a motion from Alderman Byrd, second from Alderman Glick. This is just, again, the actual purchase of stuff that we passed in the budget. Any discussion here? All right, let's vote. Seven yes. And then the next few items are some of these signs. Item 11, or item number 25-91, a request from the Planning and Development Department to approve a request for special community event signs in the public ways and waiver of permit fees for the Lord Heal Our Land Prayer Walk 2025. So we have a motion and a second for that. Motion from Alderman McGee, second from Alderman Byrd. Any discussion?
Yeah, are these temporary, I assume they're temporary signs that they'll come back and pick up?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I put them out, I put the request out to put them out on September first, and then we'll pick them up usually the day of the walk, which is the 20th, or the day after the walk.
Thank you,
And then we reuse them the next year.
thank you.
Any other discussion?
Wonder if we could consider amending the motion just to add in those other
Other
two
two, yeah,
signs
we
on
can
this?
do that if you'd like.
And then we have
Just,
one vote.
who made the motion? Can you make a motion to approve all three of the sign? We added the other two that were just the same thing.
Just, I make the motion to approve all three
yeah.
of the signs. Do I need to name the signs?
I can't even remember what they were myself. Alderman
Okay,
Byrd had it.
okay.
She's got them. All right.
Okay, that's the amendment in the second.
Okay. Well, that's why I asked, well, we'll just vote on it. Just vote. That's why I asked her as a friendly amendment. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. All right. 7 yes on whatever it is we just voted on.
One of them was South Jackson, I remember
Yeah,
South Jackson.
Oktoberfest, the,
Yeah,
or-
all three
or-
hopefully.
all-
But
yeah.
anyway, that was asking her to amend her amendment, so change her amendment,
That's a
friendly
good
amendment.
question.
All right, I'm gonna waste more time than we saved if I'm not careful. That's the last of the business in our regular agenda. So we will adjourn the regular board of mayor and alderman meeting, and we will commence here the beer board. So we're calling the beer board to order. Are there any public comments for the beer board? Seeing none, we'll move on. There's no unfinished business. We have a consent agenda for approval of the minutes on the beer board. So we have a motion second for that. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Let's vote. Used to call them a voice vote. Okay, that approves the 6 yes, 1 abstention, approving the consent agenda. We have one item of new business under the beer board, item number 25-BB24, a request to approve beer application off-premises permit for Satyama, I'm guessing, is he here? I hope not. 1429 Incorporated, doing business as Stop and Go Tullahoma, 1429 East Lincoln Street. Gautam Patel and Jayaben Patel will be the managers in charge of beer sales. Are the applicants here? Yeah. Okay. East Lincoln Street. I was trying to place it in my head. Oh, yeah, okay, I know about where that's
Where,
at.
do we have any idea exactly where that is? That seems to be way out.
Must be.
It is out of ways, but it's,
Yeah, you sure it's in the city?
well, it's in the city or they wouldn't have been coming to us for that
I know,
application.
I'm just kidding.
Is it out there where, three-way market used to be?
I think it may be close to that, but
Is
I
that
know
it?
where that is.
That's, unless they change the name of it.
I think it's the marathon. If
Oh,
you're
it
going
is the
out-
marathon?
It's that marathon
she
going out
thinks
to
it's
East
the
Lincoln.
marathon.
The mayor?
Yeah, it used to be Drewski's.
Yeah,
Oh,
across
it's
from Ada
across from
Farrell.
Ada Farrell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so we know that's that. So just changing ownership here. Any other comment? We can't ask any questions because we don't have the applicant. At least not of them. Any other discussion? If not, we'll vote. Seven yes, 1 abstention. All right, and that concludes our regular meeting. So we're adjourned there. We've got a study session. If you want, let's take a quick 2-minute break before we start our study session.